Charlie Munger is a wealthy investor who is the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. He is the person Warren Buffett thinks of as his right-hand man. He has said before that investing the first $100,000 is the hardest part of getting rich. This isn't something Charlie is the only one saying. Many people who have invested more than $100,000 have had the same opinion. Today, we're going to talk about why it's so hard and what you can do to get closer to your goal of investing $100,000 more quickly. The fact that you have to start investing in order to reach your first $100,000 is the main reason why this goal is so hard to reach. No matter what you are doing, it doesn't matter. Even though it's hard to start, it's very important to do, even though it's easier to say, "I'll start tomorrow." You might ask yourself, have you ever finished something that you didn't start at the beginning? The same is true for investing. Before your money starts to grow, you need to start investing and make it a habit. If you just take the first steps to get started, you will eventually get where you want to go, even if it seems like you are so far away that it is almost impossible to get there. No one has ever reached the top of a mountain without first setting foot on the ground at its base and then moving up from there. When you start making a snowman, you start with a small snowball. Investing is the same way. You start with a very small snowball. But if you keep rolling it, it will eventually become a much bigger thing. It won't be long before it gathers more snow on its own, just like your money will do the same thing. When it is put to work, it will start to make more money on its own. The most important thing is that you get started on this right away. You'll need to believe that reaching $100,000 is possible and be able to come up with a plan for how you'll do it. Then, you'll need to put that plan into action. The second reason it's so hard to get your first $100,000 is that you will have to change your habits and the way you think. To do this, you will have to make an effort to change how you think and what you do. People often think that starting an investment strategy is a bad idea because they don't take the time to learn more about it first. They will tell you that investing is risky and that you could lose all your money if you do it. Which has happened very rarely in the past if you just invest in index funds like the S&P 500 and have a long time horizon for your investments. Then you'll probably make money, since the S&P 500 has grown by an average of 10% every year since it was created in 1926. Even though no one can know what will happen in the future, the S&P 500 has been a great way to make money in the past. Some people may also say that they don't have any money left over at the end of the month to invest because they pay all of their bills with it. Even if that's true, most people should still be able to set aside some money each month to invest. If we compare person A and person B, we can see that person A makes $30,000 a year, while person B makes $60,000. Every month, none of them have any money left over to invest. Person A can live a normal life and take care of his family, but person B, who makes twice as much as person A, doesn't seem to have any extra money at the end of each month, even though he should. It is sometimes called lifestyle inflation, which is what happens when people's incomes go up and they buy more expensive things. In the same way, as your income goes up, so do your expenses. If you want to invest, you shouldn't let your spending grow as quickly as your income. This is because you'll need room in your budget for the amount you want to put into investments. So, if you want to be able to invest more, you may have to give up some of your expensive hobbies and spend less money. You will need to think about the things you need in your life and the things you would like to have but don't have to. For example, if you smoke cigarettes, eat a lot of your meals out, drive an expensive car, or buy a lot of new clothes. Is there anything you could do without so that you could save or invest more each month? Most of the time, the best habit to change is to spend money on yourself first. First, you pay yourself the amount you want to save, which is an investment in yourself. Then, you pay your other bills. So, at the end of each month, you'll have money left over to invest while you figure out what expenses you can no longer pay for. The third reason it's hard to get to your first $100,000 is that the compounding effect doesn't really work for you at first and won't really start to work for you until you hit the $100,000 mark. This is one of the reasons why it is so difficult to get to the first $100,000. To show this, let's say you put $5,000 into an investment that gave you a 10% return per year. In this scenario, you would have earned $500. This is not a problem, but you would have made $10,000 if you had invested $100,000 and gotten a 10% return each year instead of what you are getting now. When compared to how much you can spend on yourself each year, $500 may not seem like a lot. If this is true, then $10,000 is definitely more than most people make in a whole month. Because of this, at first you will have to do all the hard work to build your money, which is a big part of why it will feel like such a challenge. Charlie Munger has also been quoted as saying that once you have invested your first $100,000, you may start to ease up a bit and start to enjoy life more. Because after this the compounding effect will assist you do its job, and you'll be able to start sitting back, relaxing more, and letting it work while it does its thing. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the universe because it is such a powerful way to keep getting more and more money. One reason is because of this. If you roll your snowball downhill, it will start to get bigger and bigger as it picks up more snow. This is like the effect of compound interest, which we've already talked about. To make things easier, though, you'll need to roll your snowball all the way to the top of the mountain first. How can you get to your first $100,000 faster so that compound interest can start working for you? All of this comes down to the fact that you need to invest as much money as you can each month if you want to reach your goal faster. One of two ways can be used to do this. Cutting back on your spending is the first step, and for most people, it's also the easiest. But there is a limit to how much you can put into investments, and that limit is based on how much money you make. Even if you invest that much, you will still have to pay for the things you need. Still, it is smart to make a budget and know how you spend your money each month. From this point of view, you may start to see where you can save money on your costs so you can start investing more money right away. Some examples of this are that you might be able to negotiate better terms for paying your bills, Wi-Fi, mobile phone, insurance, or similar. There's a chance you have subscriptions you're not using right now that you can cancel: Audible, Kindle, Netflix, Amazon Prime, or similar. Is it possible for you to eat less takeout food and more meals out at restaurants? Can you cut back on how much you spend on alcoholic drinks and coffee to go? You can quickly spend a lot of money on these two things, whether you buy them in a store or a bar. The other thing you can do is find ways to make more money without spending more. Because of this, you will have more freedom with your money. This can be done by working hard at work to get a promotion or by asking your boss what you can do to increase your chances of making more money next year and then working toward that goal. Put as much money as you can into your pension plan to get the most out of the money your employer will put in as well. Since they will add that extra amount to your pension every month, this could be thought of as free money. Do you have energy left in the evening or weekends? To make more money for your investment, you might want to think about getting a part-time job. This job could be filled by a waiter, a babysitter, or a coach, among other people. You could also get a part-time job, work on the project at night and on the weekends, and then put the money you make back into the project. There are many ways to make some extra cash. All you have to do is figure out what interests you the most and go after that. Out there are a lot of chances. But the single most important thing you can do to reach your goal of $100,000 faster is to start investing and make it a regular part of your life. This will make you want to keep doing it and give you the energy to do it, and it will also let you increase the amount of money you put toward investing. Seeing your money rise and start to gently snowball is a really satisfying experience, and it will give you the motivation to continue doing it. We're here to help people with personal finance, so if you are interested in more topics like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified when we release a new video which might help you on your journey.